So welcome to Taco Burger News, where we cover the latest and greatest in gaming. And today in the news gaming universe, it looks like GameStop is actually calling an end to the console wars. So that's actually a little crazy if you think about that. You know, GameStop being the one to try to call an end to the console wars. But anyway, here's their statement. GameStop declares the console war is over. Whereas for the past 2 decades, the global gaming community has been engaged in an ongoing, increasingly petty conflict known as the console wars. Whereas said conflict originated in the early 2000s with the release of Halo Combat Evolved as an Xbox exclusive title. Whereas Halo Campaign Evolved is officially coming on PlayStation in 2026 with cross-platform play. Therefore, GameStop, acting under its authority as a neutral entity and the world's retail gaming and trading destination, hereby declares the official cessation of the console wars. All claims to exclusivity are hereby dissolved. Console loyalists are instructed to cease hostilities, disband militias, and enjoy this new era of gaming. GameStop will continue to operate as a demilitarized zone, offering hardware, accessories, and trade-ins to combatants on all sides. Power to the players. So that's actually kind of a funny little statement that kind of reins in on what I was saying the other day in the last video about basically the console wars officially being over. There's no more gaming. There's no more console exclusives. That's just going out the window. And you can play anything everywhere. That's the future we're heading towards, and GameStop is kind of chiming in on that. So what happened that was interesting was I think the White House replied with the picture of Master Chief with Donald Trump's head imposed over his body. So this kind of set the gaming world in a storm, and everybody was pretty upset about what they were seeing. So yeah, that happened. Now, what I think about it, yeah, I definitely think the console wars are over. Xbox definitely hitting towards like the route of Sega a little bit, I feel like, and they're just gonna make games for everybody. You know, they're just trying to make their money where they can, and that's all well and good or whatever. It's just, you know, I think this really kind of gonna piss a lot of people off because the console wars have been going on for so long. It was first happening with Sega and Super Nintendo. Now we got PlayStation and Xbox, and you know Nintendo's in a league of their own. So at the end of the day, like, you know, I think the console wars is good for gaming because it kept everything competitive, and we were getting all types of good games, and people were fighting to have those good games on their consoles. So now that that's over with and everything's going everywhere, where is going to be the push for innovation? So yeah, thank you for bringing this to the forefront. That Donald Trump thing was pretty wild. This is not a political channel, but when stuff like that happens, you definitely got to chime in on it. All right, so also we have a few major game releases. A few notable titles are hitting the shelves or digital stores this week. Yeah, Sorcerer of Blake Manor. So that's a PC detective game. I was watching the trailer for it and it looks pretty good. Definitely like the graphics. It's kind of giving me like, can you guess who type of vibe? You know, with a little more to it probably, but it's definitely, you know, giving on the graphics and the things. So I'll definitely be looking to check that out. Another thing that's highly anticipated this week is The Outer Worlds 2, which is coming out on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and is easily one of the most anticipated releases and is set to drop on Wednesday, October 29th. Another game getting ready to come out is Wreckreation, open world racing on PC, PS5, Xbox Series, and Series X and S. Now this game is from the creators of Burnout. And when I tell you that this one is pretty good, it's pretty good looking. Now, we don't really have I don't feel like there's really a good arcade racer out there, like a mainstream one anyway. So this would be great to have a way to get back into that genre of racing. I kind of missed it a little bit. And the graphics are looking really crazy on this one. Also, we can't forget about Arc Raiders dropping on October 30th. Now, I had a chance to play a little bit of the beta, and I was getting spanked out there, but I can't help but say that it's still a pretty interesting and fun game. I might definitely pick it up with it only being $40 just for the base game. It's a pretty good price in a world where they're talking about $70 games. So I think if you guys are looking to grab a pretty cool extraction shooter, Arc Raiders would definitely be a good one to play with. And since it's cross-platform, you can get it and play with your buddies anywhere they're playing it. Because please believe, you're going to know somebody's playing this. Somebody's waiting for this to come out. So, get with your friends and start looting. And also, in the news today, we're talking about the Halo remake. Now, the Halo remake has definitely been a divisive topic, but they're also talking about how they're using AI in this game. So they're using generative AI in the project, and they're trying to say that it's really more of a tool as opposed to like the thing creating it. Like people are still leading the creation of it, and I think this is all really just some public apprehension to the use of AI. Now, don't get me wrong, like the wrong use of AI is definitely the wrong use of AI. It could be used very badly. We'll probably see a lot of that in the upcoming months. But yeah, when it comes to stuff like this, I think when it goes to gaming, it's definitely cool to use the current technology to try to improve situations, maybe make the process faster so we can get a hold of these games a little quicker. But if it comes at the sacrifice of quality, I don't think we should make those kind of moves, so that's another thing to think about there. So we had SXSW Sydney. The festival concluded, showcasing several indie games for late 2025 and 2026. Now, some of the games they showed was this game called Mixtape, which I gotta admit, that game looks crazy cool. Like the graphics for it look off the chain. Everything about it just kind of giving me this nice, cool vibe. And there's this puzzle game called A Week in the Life of an Asocial Giraffe. Now, if you look at the game trailer for this one, it's really kind of hard to figure out what the game is about. It's listed to be a puzzle game, but it still definitely seems like one of those like random kind of kooky little games or whatever. And I'm into that kind of stuff. I like randomness in my video games. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good thing right there. And also, Game Informer is coming back. Now, I think this is real great news for all my old heads out there. The ones who used to go into GameStop and get a copy of Game Informer with their Power Up Rewards subscription. This one's for you. Game Informer is back, and they're trying to do it bigger than ever. Apparently, they was acquired by this company called Gunzilla Games, and it's an independent outlet now, and it's planning a revival of its print magazine. So imagine the days of being able to get a gaming magazine. Now, I don't know what's really making them do this. I'm not 100% against it. We want to see where this is going to go. But definitely like a printed gaming magazine. Oh, man. I used to take those right in the bathroom and just read up on all the newest stuff and really get it in during toilet time. It was excellent bathroom reading. So, yeah. Can't wait for those days to come back again. But anyway, that has been the news in gaming for today. What are you most excited for? Are you going to hop into Arc Raiders? Because it's coming out on October 30th. Are you hopping into Wreckreation? That's coming out before that, like tomorrow actually. Or whenever, depending on whenever you're watching this. It's coming out on October 28th. So, yeah. Good stuff, man. What are you going to get into? Let me know in the comments what you're interested in. Let me know how you feel about the use of AI in video games. How do you feel about Game Informer coming back? Will you be reading the magazine? Are you going to be checking it out? And are you looking forward to hopping into some of that campaign on a Halo with some of your PS5 buddies, showing them the ropes, showing them how it's done? Are you going to be using that sprint mechanic? Just let me know.